What's up, everybody? Welcome in to Right About Now. Jason, Betsy, joining you once again. You know, we had an option when we started doing these shows to pick out our like intro music, what we use there. I'm so glad that that was the song that we decided upon.
I like it.
It's a bop.
It is. It just makes you kind of excited to get
I know, get going.
going.
And
I
then
can't help but wiggle every time.
And then
it
they
comes
see
on.
us talking about the same old stuff, and they're like,
Oh,
too bad. That intro was hype, but then what a letdown.
Then it's just them
Yeah.
again.
Yes. Betsy, it is cold, and there's more coming.
More
apparently
cold coming. Winter decided to come all at once.
Yeah.
I guess I'm here for it.
Across the United
Sure.
States, you know, not
Yeah, it's
just
everywhere.
here in Northwest Arkansas, but it looks like a major portion of the U.S. is going to endure some type of winter weather, precipitation, extreme cold, you name it. It's happening all over the place.
Go
So
get
stay
your bread
warm.
and milk.
Go get your bread and milk, which might be impossible now at this point. I
It's
know.
probably too late,
Yeah.
especially if you live in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's
Jill was
gone.
at the store yesterday, and she was surprised because the shelves were already empty. And I was like, I'm not surprised that the shelves are already empty. They probably were. Everything was gone on Monday when there was the mention
sure.
that there could be snow.
I yesterday actually went to the grocery store. You would be proud of me. I
Yep.
went and walked around the grocery store yesterday.
What?
And it was just my normal part of my weekly shop because I only shop a couple days at a time. We
Yeah.
have a lot of people to feed. We're an ingredient house. It's a whole thing.
Is that an
Anyway,
actual term? You have said that before. An ingredient house.
an ingredient house. It
I
is
mean,
a thing.
I know what it means, but like,
You know what it means because I told you.
yeah,
No.
yeah. I had to ask you initially. I know what it means now.
So we do not buy very many pre-made snacks. Now that said, I have kids. They take lunches. They have quick things. We'll have granola bars and we'll have some things like that. But we're not a household that just has cookies in the house. We have stuff to make cookies.
Yep.
We don't have, we'll have yogurt in the house, but we don't have the yogurt that already has the mix-in stuff with it. You have to decide what you're going to put in it. And
Hey, I
you
guess I'm
can
in the
get
middle of that.
yours. So-
I have cookies that you have to make, but they're pre-made, but you still got to put them in the oven.
you still got to put them in the oven.
That's somewhere in the middle.
That is right there in the middle. At least you have to think about it a little bit more.
You got to wait for 12 to 14
12
minutes.
to 14 minutes, plus the time it takes for the oven to warm up.
That's right.
That's some
Yeah.
real patience.
You got to put your patience pants
right
on.
there.
And
I love that.
yeah,
But yes, it makes you have to think about it a little bit more. Do I really want to wait on the oven to warm up?
right.
And
I
put 'em
know.
in?
Do I really want to do that?
Do I really want to do that? And then the cookie is just,
You know
it
what?
tastes so much better.
It tastes better, and it's
when you had to take that time and effort.
that's such a psychological thing,
Oh, it
right?
is.
It's a psychological trick that
Yeah.
you're trying to pull on all your family, and they're just like, this is how houses are, and
Right.
and they're not. A lot of people just go to the pantry and reach in and get
And
the thing
just can reach in and grab
eat
something.
immediately, right?
Mhm.
What do you do though when you come home and you're famished?
Oh, there are times where I just really don't like myself
Right.
because I walk through the door and I'm like, I have to. So what ends up happening is as I'm making whatever it is, I'm kind of eating the ingredients along the way. So
Yes.
I'm not even actually hungry by the time I have my food made because I've already eaten pieces of it.
Yes. One thing that I have gone towards is fruit. When I got home from a big run,
Yes.
if I am
Mhm.
really, and I don't have time to sit there and wait for those cookies to be made in the
yeah.
oven,
Oh, yeah.
instead of reaching for a bag of chips or popcorn, I will go for a banana or an apple. Yesterday I went for a banana and an apple.
Look at
So,
you go. You must have been really hungry.
I was.
We
actually.
do like to have fruit in the house. That is a big one. Frozen grapes are big in our
Yeah.
house.
What? Okay.
Um,
I've never had
You've never had a frozen grape?
Well, I'm not-
I'm going to do you one better.
But here's the deal. I don't like ice.
Okay.
I don't
Well.
like ice. I think it's pointless.
Do you like popsicles or like?
Yeah, I do like popsicles.
Okay, so
After a long,
This is
hot run in the summer, I
far
enjoy
more.
it.
This is far
Popsicle.
more popsicle gelato fruit sorbet type
Yeah,
thing
okay.
than just eating a piece of ice.
Okay. That makes sense.
You just take your grapes, especially if sometimes you get them and within like 2 days they all
Yeah.
start to look like they're going bad. Throw them in the freezer.
Mhm.
And then it slows you down eating them because grapes, we have a tendency to eat a ton of them and then your belly kind of hurts.
Mhm.
It slows you down eating them, so you're not going to get the bellyache, but you're still getting all of the nutrition from the grape. It gives you just a little bit more texture, a different texture. It's kind of a neat little thing to have. And I'll do you one better if you don't mind adding sugar to things.
Yep.
Rinse your
I don't
grapes,
mind.
get them wet, pour some sugar on them, just regular sugar. Let them dry a little bit.
If you heard
then
her say
stick 'em
that and
in
a
the
song
freezer.
didn't immediately go off in your head when she said pour some sugar
Pour
on it,
some, yeah.
then we're from different generations. That's all.
Yeah, we are not the same. But then stick those in the freezer, and it adds just a little tartness to your grape, and it's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. But anyway, we are a fruit household. Right now
And
we
you're
have giant bags.
What
of
did you call it? An
oranges,
ingredient.
An
house.
ingredient
Yeah.
household. Love me a banana. I don't even bother with like the peanut butter on your toast and then your banana. I just
Right.
put the peanut butter straight on my banana.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Delicious.
Yes, very good.
Makes so many things better.
So after we've talked about all of these healthy and ingredient things, that you actually made something. Did you source
I
all the
did.
ingredients for this? Because it's National Blondie Day.
Blondie Day.
Not the musician, but the brownie
No, but
that
wouldn't
is.
that be fun?
Yeah.
She needs a day.
She needs a day.
Yeah.
You know, we should bring a picture of Blondie to celebrate Blondie Day.
Blondie Day.
But, you know, there is a national day for everything. If you haven't found the calendar out there, nationaldaycalendar.com is where you can go to find
Where you can go.
all kinds. Every day has several celebrations.
Lots.
We keep making this a thing and adding to it. But right now, we are going to go ahead and celebrate National Blondie Day.
National Blondie Day. So, Jason,
Yes.
this is a blondie that has a maple pecan topping. It is delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
There you
Ooh,
are.
and you're giving it to me on a lid.
I'm giving it cool because I
Check it
have
out.
the container and the lid,
Yes, of course.
and I didn't want to just hand you the blondie.
What is the icing made of?
The icing is made of cream cheese, powdered sugar, maple syrup, some salt, and pecans.
And these are a few of
My
my
favorite
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I never
Oh.
cease to amaze myself.
This is really good.
I should have brought more of these.
You should have brought a whole tray of these. You kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take to make this?
Not very in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't take long to mix it all together.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, though, you had to go to the store and buy all of this stuff. It had to be
True,
harvested.
but guess what? I'm an ingredient household.
So you
I
had all
really
this stuff
had
already.
the stuff at home. But I mean, blondies are very similar to brownies in that they do take longer than just like a cookie to bake, like 40 minutes. And then you do have to let them cool before you put the topping on there, or else the topping's just going to melt. But everything mixes together in just a few minutes.
That's absolutely
And you're
delicious.
ready to eat.
What's the hit? I'm gonna look it up. The history of the Blondie.
I should have looked that up. That is blonde, because to me a blondie is not a brownie, but it is. When you look for ingredients, when you look for recipes for things, if you're going to find a blondie, it's going to be with the brownies. But there's no chocolate. There's no cocoa.
No chocolate.
powder
No,
here.
not a trace.
Mm-mm.
Okay, we're gonna bring up a blog. Let me see.
Okay.
Sometimes it brings up the site I want, and sometimes it doesn't. It did. Okay, so this is from the Nibble
Mm-hmm.
blog, the Nibble blog. So the history of blondies for National Blondie Day. January 22, National Blondie Day. Confection also called blonde brownies and butterscotch brownies. You might hear them called that. Interesting.
Okay.
Shape and texture are different to similar to chocolate brownies, but ingredients are obviously different. They list some ingredients here. Blondies tend to be frosted
Mm-hmm.
since the brown sugar is sweet enough. However, chocolate ganache is a nice, if messier, alternative to chocolate chips.
Okay, so I already rethought this recipe, Jason. Next
Yes.
time I make these,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to still use the maple and we're still going to use the pecans. We are totally putting chocolate in
Chocolate
here.
in there. Yeah.
It's going to become a chocolate ganache.
Yeah.
maple
They're showing some pictures of some chocolate
thing.
ganache. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, like brownies, blondies originated in the United States. We're just not absolutely sure of their creator. It's
Okay.
a bar cookie. It evolved in the late 19th century with molasses. When molasses was a popular sweetener, molasses bars were a popular treat. The first person to publish a recipe for the brownies that we know today, this is brownies, right, was Fanny Farmer in the 1896 edition of the Boston Cooking School Cookbook. But that recipe contained no chocolate. It was essentially what we call today a blondie.
blondie.
So the first brownie made was really a blondie. which is
Huh.
interesting. And that was in 1896. So we have been enjoying these for, well over a century and a quarter,
I mean, if you think about it and you look at a Blondie,
right?
it is essentially brown, just the same as you would say that a cookie is brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very light brown. It's like a tan.
Okay, so I'm skipping down in this article. I feel
Okay.
I'm skipping over something that's kind of
You are
important.
missing probably some very major somethings.
Because this is going to reference, I think this references a cartoon. Also, according to the food timeline, the name Blondie surfaces in the 1980s. It was not named for Dagwood Bumstead's wife. Isn't Dagwood like
That's an old cartoon, like a
comic strip from the
cartoon.
Sunday
Mhm.
newspaper, right?
And Blondie was
Yeah.
his. I thought it was his girlfriend,
His
but
wife,
I guess
girlfriend,
it's his wife.
yeah. Because Dagwood would eat those sandwiches that were like piled up,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
It was
That
called a
sounds right.
Dagwood.
Yeah.
I think you can go to like McAllister's
And
today
you can
and they
get
have
a
the
Dagwood. That is a sandwich on a lot of sandwich place
Right,
menus. now.
yes, exactly, a Dagwood. Anyway, not named for Dagwood Bumstead's wife. So although we grew up in Food Wonderland, this blog did that is now New York City, we don't recall seeing a Blondie or a butterscotch brownie until the mid-1970s or early 1980s. So it sounds like
Okay.
even though they were a thing, maybe they were a thing that was just enjoyed by a certain community or maybe a few households before they really started to experience widespread, acclaim.
I wonder if it was more that they just didn't. It maybe had a different name.
Maybe it did. Well, obviously they're saying that it was called a brownie initially, but it was a blondie.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
And so
So that's why it gets a little bit hazy, I feel like, in the history of it. But, no matter what way you like it, these are absolutely delicious, what you made today.
well, thank you.
And you would put chocolate ganache in this somewhere?
I think this would be amazing instead of just the cream cheese and the powdered sugar and the maple syrup. Turning that into a chocolate ganache, but still adding the maple syrup to it, would be really good.
Yeah.
And I do like to put, now these don't have chocolate chips in them, but I do like to put chocolate chips in Blondies.
Yeah.
It gives you just that little bit of an actual chocolate taste.
So good.
But I could see butterscotch chips.
Butterscotch chips.
Yeah.
Well, these things are good. I'm going to eat mine,
Definitely.
the rest of it during this
definitely gonna eat
break.
the rest of this thing.
Check it out. When we come back, we got several things to talk about today, not just what National Day it is, which is fun, but are you stuck at home? Are you looking for something to watch? Maybe something to binge watch? We've got some great tips for you in that space. Also, if you've been following social media, there was a Dr. Pepper jingle that's gone viral, and a major country music icon has turned 80 years young this week, and a local woman helped her celebrate. We're going to have that story for you. Super exciting stuff. Stay with us for more right about now.
2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. You're over there. We're over here right about now, having a lot of fun. On the show today, even though it is chilly outside. So I think, man, there's a couple stories that could really just sort of warm us up. I want to start with the story about Dolly Parton. So
Yes.
Dolly turned 80 years old, if you can
80.
believe it, which is kind of wild. What's your favorite Dolly song?
I mean, I would honestly have to say Jolene is my favorite Dolly song.
Yeah, I hear
It's
ya.
been redone by several people, so
So
you
many
might not
people.
even realize that she sang it, but
Yeah.
she did. She's iconic.
She's Dolly.
Iconic. I think most people, even if they don't realize who she is,
Yeah,
know something that she sang.
absolutely. Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, I
Come
don't
on,
know how
it's
you
classic.
wouldn't know who she
Hey,
is. I love the fact
another
that-
song people might not realize that she sang first was because it blew up when Whitney Houston sang it, right? But I Will Always
Yes,
Love You
I will
was
always love you. It was Dolly first.
That's a Dolly song.
and she does it's
her-
of course Whitney's is the iconic one that everybody thinks about.
Right.
But Dolly just
Dolly
killed
crushes it. I mean, she crushes it. And obviously, Whitney got inspiration from Dolly doing that. So, yeah, celebrating, what is it, 8 decades of Dolly Parton.
Yes.
You know, I was really blown away by, this is going to sound silly.
Okay.
Might sound silly. I wouldn't say I was blown away. I learned so much about Dolly Parton and the early part of her career and how she was really all about the advancement of women and women's empowerment through an episode focused on Dolly Parton of Drunk History. Have you ever watched the show Drunk History?
I love Drunk History.
Okay. So if you out there have never seen this show, I'm not sure if it's even streaming anymore. It probably is somewhere.
You would have to go look for it,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But it takes actual history, and then they give that history to celebrities, and then the host of the show joins that celebrity one evening, and they have drinks. And it's usually, you know, the celebrity that gets a little bit sauced and then tries to regurgitate the information of the history that they were told. Right?
And they have these skits that
Right.
pop up.
And then they hire actors to basically reenact the thing that the celebrity is saying.
The drunken part of
Right.
the history.
Yes. And so
Like,
I think, you know,
all on the floor laughing.
right. And you get the gist of it. I don't think that they skew history so much that you're like, man, that, you know, they stick to the heart of it. But anyway, I learned a lot about Dolly Parton in her early career and her rise to fame in Nashville and how she had to be a self-promoter and a real go-getter, not taking no for an answer. And eventually she ran and still runs her own empire, right?
Yes.
I mean, she is a whole thing. So anyway, I appreciated that episode. Derek Waters is the guy who does that show. It's really funny.
It's hilarious. Do go, especially, you know, we've got time to kill when all of the snow comes in.
That's right.
Go find some. But Dolly Parton is a giant package shoved inside a tiny little package.
Yeah.
She is very impressive. And she still does so much work today
Yes.
based off of the fact that the way she grew up, the way that she had to come into the industry and all of the work that she put in herself, she takes care of so many people even still today and is very humble about it.
She certainly is.
And I also love that she just completely owns her personality.
Yes.
Dolly today is the same Dolly that was Dolly 30 years ago.
It's Dolly through and through and through. And she's positive, and I love that she has the imagination libraries that she does, encouraging young people and
So
people
great.
everywhere to read.
Yes.
So, and obviously, you know, you got Dollywood, you got all the fun that she has as well.
Have you ever been to Dollywood?
I've never been.
Me neither.
It's just so
I feel like that
a
needs
little
to
bit
become a slight priority.
further away than I would like it to
Yes.
be, honestly.
Not far enough away for it to be like, let's take this
Right,
trip,
let's have a
but
big-
just far enough away
Yeah.
to be like,
Yeah, I don't know if we could squeeze that in a 3-day weekend. You know, I don't know if I want to. And it's weird because it's in Tennessee, and so like, I mean, do you fly over there? Do
right?
you just drive?
Do you
It's
drive?
that weird.
It's a weird distance.
So
from
all of
us.
that to say, I haven't been, but I'll tell you somebody who went all the way to. I believe she went to New York City. She went to Nashville. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She went to Nashville to see Dolly, and that is Hannah's Cake Company from Huntsville,
Huntsville,
Arkansas.
right here, one of our very own.
Right. Went and presented Dolly with this cake for her 80th birthday. And yes, what you are seeing right now is not Dolly wearing a dress. This is a cake that is in the form of a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did you see this?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
I
looking
just
at the picture.
Making
Yeah.
sure you're seeing what we're talking about. So yeah, wow. Went over there. It was complete with, I mean, it's completely edible, the whole thing. Here she is talking to Dolly, meeting Dolly. Gemini wants to help me with my tasks, by
Yes,
the way.
it does. Yes, it
so
does.
that's Hannah from Hannah's Cake Company. And yeah, really cool. Really cool. That even that microphone that you see sitting on the table there, edible.
edible.
Yeah. So all of this stuff was edible. She presented it to Dolly. And if you don't know, Dolly also has a song that's called Coat of Many
Coat of
Colors.
Many colors.
And so anyway, that's what the cake dress is an homage to, or I don't guess it's a dress, it's a coat.
It's a coat.
An homage
But,
to
you
that.
know, we're
So
getting, we get what you're saying.
you get it. You get what I'm putting down. Really cool stuff. I'm pleased to know that happened right here in our own backyard. Really fun.
I am impressed at cake bakers and what they can do.
I don't know if Hannah has been on the whatever that show is that where it looks like it's something else, but then it's a cake.
Is it cake?
Will it cake?
Will
is
it
it cake? Something like that.
Yeah, where they actually like you
Yeah.
have to try to figure out which one is the cake, and
Yep.
then they cut into it
Yep,
to see if
to
it'll
see
cut
if it'll
into.
cut, yep.
She needs to be if she hasn't been.
Absolutely, because that could have fooled me. It looks like a dress. So cool. Congratulations to you,
Yes.
Hannah's Cake Company, and happy birthday, Dolly.
Happy birthday, Dolly.
Yeah, and many more to come. Okay, we were talking about things that you can watch at home while we're sort of making our way through this cold snap. Now, I will say this is going to be great for this cold snap and any other future cold snaps that we have. We've got some
Yes.
great streaming content options to discuss.
Anytime you have some time at
Anytime you
home,
have some time.
get your stream on.
So what are you streaming right now? I know I have this playlist to pull up of things that are streaming. What are you watching?
Okay, so the horrible thing is if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm very, very, very terrible with remembering actual names of things.
Tell me who's in it. Tell me what the plot is.
It's the newest. We just started it. Just started on
Okay.
Sunday. The newest Game of Thrones. It's
Yeah.
like the
Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Seven Kingdoms. That's it. So we just started it. Super excited about that one.
Okay.
I am a
That's on
huge,
HBO Max
yes,
for everybody.
I'm a great big Queer Eye follower.
Okay.
That season just started yesterday,
Is that
I believe.
Netflix?
Their 10th. That one's Netflix. 10th and final season this year. They're in DC.
Okay.
Super excited about that one.
I still don't watch reality TV, so.
And my guilty pleasure is Emily in Paris.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm
So Emily in Paris is an interesting one. Jill watches that show too. I admit I have seen a few moments of it, but I don't really follow it entirely. But it always gets panned. Like critics are like, meh, and fans are like, eh. But then everybody's like, but you still have to watch it.
But you still have to watch.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what anybody says about it or how terrible it is. You got to watch it.
The thing that catches me every single time, and I love it, and it still is just a conundrum to me constantly, is that she lives in Rome or in Paris.
Right, sure.
In small apartments where, if you don't know, closets are not a priority. Okay, in a lot
That's
of
right, yeah. A lot
older
of European countries, sure.
closets are not
even a
priority.
thing. They're not, yeah.
However, she has a different, very fashion-forward outfit with a different pair of shoes on every single day, and sometimes multiple times a day. And I am just very curious as to where all of this stuff is living
It's a good
within
question.
these apartments, because I would love to be able to wear something different
Yeah.
every single day. With a
I've seen
different
you
pair of
almost
shoes
every
to
day
go
this
with
past
it.
week, and I feel like you've had on something different, except for the couple of days where you wore entirely gray sweats.
I had to match my son and
Yeah.
wear gray,
They
gray is the
they
new
came as
black.
the gray fam.
We did. We
Grays.
did. But
Grey's Anatomy.
I mean, like, even just the dress she has on in the promo thing when you
Right.
pull it up
Beautiful.
on Netflix, it's just
Well, I mean,
absolutely gorgeous.
that's why those
and-
costumers and costume designers they get their
Mhm.
they get their Oscars and Grammys and not Grammys, Oscars and
They're
Screen
Grammys.
awards as well.
They're getting a Grammy for vocalizing their way through the process of creating the costume.
That's right. All right,
Um,
so I have the list pulled up here. I
yeah.
would love to point out some shows that I have seen. So, like,
Okay.
these are shows that I can speak to. This is coming to us from Rotten Tomatoes.
Mhm.
And it says, it's interesting because it says best TV shows on Netflix January 2026. But then a lot of these haven't gotten great reviews, but they're still good. So it's sort of that Emily in Paris vibe, right? You still got to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, why don't you go? What have you seen that's on this list? Are you looking at the list?
I am looking
Okay.
at the list.
Anything you can speak to? I can speak to several of these, but
Let's see. I have not seen
any of them.
on the top of these. No,
Okay, here we go. Let me launch it.
kids are super into to Stranger Things.
So this His and Hers just launched. I have not seen that yet, but I do know that it's picking up a lot of
It
traction.
is one that's on my list. I do want to watch that. And I also want to watch the next one you're going to talk about.
Agatha Christie's
Yeah.
Seven Dials. I love Agatha Christie.
I do too.
And
I am excited about that.
I love Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple and, everything Agatha wrote about. So that one's exciting. Stranger Things is obviously a cultural touchstone. It's a
Yes.
huge phenomenon. So if you haven't seen any of it, start at season 1. Don't start at season 5. And treat yourself. It's a fun kind of, especially treat yourself. It's especially if you're sort of in our generation. I feel like really vibes because it's a throwback show that feels like it was made in the 1980s. I have read the book first and seen the show 11/22/63, written by Stephen King. It's not a scary Stephen King.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive.
Okay.
It is the idea that what if you could go back in time and stop John F. Kennedy from being assassinated? It happened on 11/22/63.
Yeah.
That is the whole premise of the show. This man, I don't remember how it happens, even though I read it and saw it. He gets transported back in time.
Okay.
And that's the premise. So how would that affect the future?
That one on
How
my
would you
list.
go about it if you could even figure it out? So anyway, James Franco stars in that one.
Okay.
I watched every season but the most recent season of The Witcher because Henry Cavill was in all the other seasons, and this
Yeah.
time they switched to a Hemsworth. And I got nothing against Hemsworth, but I also heard that the showrunners just took some liberties with where the
Yeah.
story goes, and everybody jumped off the bandwagon, so I guess I did too.
So I watched the first season of The Witcher. We've read all of the Witcher books.
Mhm.
And it just didn't catch me enough. It to me it wasn't they didn't follow the book well enough for me to just keep jumping back
Sure.
in. I was super I love that it's out there
Yeah.
for people, and they do follow the story, and if you like that type of thing, go watch The Witcher.
Yeah.
It's great.
If you're a fan of like Dungeons and Dragons, witches, and just
Magical stuff.
beasts and creatures, and it's from a video game, right? That's where it originated. So if you think sort of a epic storytelling of a video game, then that's what this is.
Speaking of beasts, The
Yes.
Beast in Me. I want to watch this one.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it.
It should be just ahead of The Witcher. The Beast in Me.
Oh yeah. Yes, with Claire Danes.
With Claire Danes.
And what's his name? Matthew Rhys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that one looks good too. That is Kerry Russell's husband. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
And they starred together in The Americans. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, I do. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Not on this list, but you could totally
Right.
binge it too.
One show that I will recommend. Now, here's my deal.
Okay.
I watch all these shows that are in foreign languages all the time, and nobody's heard of them, and I kind of am okay with living in that space. If there is one that I'm going to say that everybody needs to watch, everybody who's a fan of sci-fi,
Okay.
Dark is the show. It's on Netflix. It's amazing.
Okay.
It is German,
Okay.
so either turn your subtitles on or switch the voice to where it's in English speaker if you want to do that.
Subtitles. Do subtitles.
But the premise is that they find this cave that has a door that you can time travel. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
There's so much more going
I mean,
on.
you've piqued my interest.
It's very complex.
Yeah.
The plot, it's complex, but it's not convoluted.
Okay.
So like you can follow it.
Right.
You
And
got to
there
pay
is-
attention, but you can. Another thing I like, and one of the reasons why I like subtitles is because I have to pay attention.
Yeah.
I cannot be on my phone because I've got to read what they're saying because I can't understand that language. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So I've got to put my phone down and focus on the screen. So that's a reason. That's a plug for watching stuff with subtitles.
I have absolutely. We watch stuff with subtitles often. But do your kids do the thing my kids do? I don't know if it's just a generational thing.
Yeah,
They put subtitles on for everything now.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah. Is that lame? I love it. I think it's because I like to learn. I think people have different learning modalities. So
Okay.
I like to read, hear, see, all of it. I'm going to remember that better than if
Okay.
I just sat down and was learning through one form.
Yeah. I mean, if I were learning something,
Yeah.
I totally get that.
You can learn how to go back in time by finding a cave in the woods that has a door.
And that's different because you have to have the subtitles on in order to
Right,
understand what
sure.
they're saying. But if I'm
you
just
don't need to
watching
hear-
an old episode of Gilmore Girls and I
Right.
got the subtitles going underneath,
You would be surprised, and actually I am surprised
the
because
things that you catch, I
yes,
bet you do catch more.
absolutely. And as a theater person, I always applaud people who enunciate their words.
Yes.
And sometimes, these actors will slur their whole thing together, and I'm like, I don't understand what you said. But if I look at the subtitle, I know exactly what you said.
Okay, I can get on board with that. I don't think that's why the kids are doing it.
No,
but
probably
I can
not.
get on board with that.
Probably not.
It's similar to you've heard a song a million times, and you think it says one thing, and then you happen to go back and look at the lyrics,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
That's a different thing.
That is absolutely not what they said.
Yes.
So going back and watching things with the subtitles on, I could see that you would catch things you
Yeah.
didn't before. Okay.
I have
I'll
seen
let it
the
go.
whole show, Absentia. It came on Amazon Prime, and I
Okay.
think now you can see it on Netflix or something, but it is
Mhm.
fascinating. It stars, that lady who was on a show with Nathan Fillion forever.
That one lady that was on this, I'm gonna click
her
on
last
it.
name was like Stanek. Is her last name Stanek?
Let's
Katic.
look, okay.
Kacic. Stana Kacic
Yep.
is her name.
Okay.
I said Stanek, so I combined her first and last
You
names.
did.
Like a
I can see how you
true
would have
idiot.
pushed that together.
But yeah, this show is fun. I mean, it is clearly all filmed in a European country, maybe like Romania or Bulgaria or something like that, and they make it look like it's the United States and Canada and like over here
Yeah.
on the North American continent. So it took me out of it a little bit. But the idea that like she wakes up submerged in this tank and doesn't remember who she is. It's kind of like a little bit of Born Identity.
Okay.
And then she figures it out, and then the subsequent seasons are her going after the man, right? So taking down the man. So
Okay.
that's a fun show.
Okay.
Um,
If we keep going though, I have seen like
where
Grey's Anatomy up until probably the last 5
Well, why did you
years
fall
worth of
off?
seasons. It got a little soap opera-y
Yeah.
as far as I think they had gone through every single scenario they could possibly go through, and things were getting just a little bit like, really?
Yeah.
And I just lost interest.
I liked
But
the show.
It is fantastic.
There's a show on here called Untamed, and it has Eric Bana in it, and it
Okay.
is set in the national park. What's the one with El Capitan? The mountain.
In Yosemite.
Yosemite. It's set in Yosemite. Thank you. And I don't think I think they filmed some parts of it in Yosemite, and they got
Okay.
some overshots of it, but I think a lot of it was probably filmed somewhere else. But it's beautiful. It is a beautiful show no matter where they filmed it.
Mhm.
And it's intriguing story, I mean, from the very beginning, a person dies, and then the whole 6 episodes or whatever, they're trying to figure out how that happened. So it's kind of a whodunit.
Kind of a whodunit,
Yeah.
True Detective-ish
Whodunit with a
thing.
with a gruff old park ranger
Okay.
kind of personality. But hey, you can search this list for yourself as well. This is on Rotten Tomatoes. You just need to browse and search for the best shows on Netflix, and obviously we could have picked any service here.
Any service. They're all, and it breaks them down.
It breaks them down for
by
you.
service.
Yeah, you just got to click the little tabs at the top.
It is interesting though to look at the different services. Like if you go from Netflix over to Hulu, the
Yes.
first 5 or 6 are exactly the same.
Right.
In the same order.
You can see them on multiple streaming services, right? So go check that out if you're so inclined. Okay, so we still got several things to talk about on today's
So
show.
many
I feel like we
things, Jason.
are running short on time. So let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll collect our thoughts. We got some more stuff to talk about when we come back. I know we teased at the top. We're going to talk about that Dr. Pepper jingle that goes viral.
And it's
Man,
not the I'm a pepper.
I wish things would go vinyl.
That would be fun.
We printed this off on a record because it's
we
so
did.
good.
It was so good. We pressed it into a record.
It went vinyl, man. Also, another major icon, big news, got married. Been with her life partner for over
quite
a
a while.
decade, I think,
Yeah.
but went ahead and got married. So anyway, we got those stories coming up. We can talk to you on the other side of this quick break. Yes, yes, yes. We're back. Thanks for sticking around with us because we are talking about some exciting things here on 479 First, our streaming channel here at KNWA Fox 24 KXNW. So glad that you are watching us wherever you're watching us from, whether it's here in the state of Arkansas, in Northwest Arkansas, where we are based, or anywhere else you can stream this show. Thanks for tuning in. We love talking about things that are happening right about now. And
yes, we do.
some things that are happening right about now. Let's talk about the Dr. Pepper Baby TikToker's viral
Yes.
jingle featured in commercial. What's happening with that, Betsy?
So it's a big thing that you want your post, whatever it is, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, or you want it to go viral.
yeah.
But, then what do you do with it? What do you do after that?
I
Well,
know.
in this instance, not only did it go viral, the company that the song was about reached out in the comments and then DM'd and reached out directly to use this person's jingle that
Yep.
they just made up and
Yep.
posted just spontaneously, thought it'd be fun, used it in a commercial.
I've already seen the commercial. I did not know. So I saw the commercial first and didn't
And
realize
then,
that it was
right,
a TikToker's thing.
I was so impressed when I happened across this and figured out where that commercial came from.
Yeah. So this is the TikTok right here that you're seeing on the
Mhm.
screen. No, it's so interesting because when I heard that commercial, I thought, Dr. Pepper's finally getting in the jingle game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Coke has had several jingles that are
They have.
memorable, at least over the years.
Mhm.
And this one, I mean, was kind of a bop. And I was like,
It
what's
is.
happening?
It was fun, and to find out that this was just someone's brainchild.
Yeah,
that
it wasn't fancy.
Had nothing to do with Dr. Pepper. It's not a fancy song,
Yeah.
but how fun is it? And not only did Dr. Pepper reach out to them,
Yes.
but as this continued to go viral, they have been contacted by many other companies to create jingles for them too.
See? Yeah. The world needs a good jingle creator.
The world needs a good jingle.
And it's a human being and not an AI, which is also
Right.
great in this day and age.
I still sing jingles. In fact, before we even got started today,
Oh, I
I was
sing jingle
singing the
all the times.
Mentos jingle.
Oh, yeah.
That one pops into my head regularly.
Yeah. The Fresh Maker.
But good jingles really do their job. They
Yeah.
are earworms. And for no reason at all, you will randomly, something will remind you of it.
Yeah.
You have just a moment and your brain will come back to it. Why don't we have more real jingles?
I mean, you're right. Like if I say, let's just do if I say Safe Light Repair,
Safe Light Replace.
okay. And if I say, oh,
O'Reilly's.
yeah, come on. Like they're good. Jingles help you remember things. I was talking earlier about the different learning modalities, right? You get those
There you
earworms.
go.
So congrats to this social media
Yes.
personality.
At Romeo's show, you did an amazing job
Yeah.
and keep at it. I mean, they've been reached out to by Subway, Popeyes, Wingstop, Welch's Fruit Snacks, Buffalo Wild Wings. Has already, or is going to later make, a jingle for Hyundai.
Love it.
I mean, that's
Love it.
amazing.
Chief Jingle Maker.
Keep
It sounds
at
like
it.
something that would be a job at the North Pole.
It does.
But
It does.
but still, I mean, congratulations. That's super fun. So when you are, and I no doubt this is going to come on like during football playoffs, whatever
Yes.
sports are happening, people
Yeah.
are drinking
if
those
you
Dr.
were
Peppers.
watching the college national championship game, you heard this commercial.
Yeah, absolutely, you did, and so and no doubt you're going to continue to see it and hear it. So think of this TikToker at Romeo Show on TikTok. Give it a follow.
And it's just proof positive that if you create something that you're proud of and you post it for others to see, good things can come of it.
Good things can come of social media. It's a good reminder because there is so much negativity that
There
comes out of social
is.
media these days, and I think
People
that
can be very harsh.
right, and also you can get addicted to social media, and then you're judging yourself by what
Mhm.
everybody else is doing and whatever. Like it does have a downside to it, but if you can set up some clear boundaries, man, social media can be really good, and I love to see social media used for good.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
So fun.
Vanna White got married.
Vanna White got married.
Yeah. No, are you surprised by that?
No, I'm actually not.
No. Well, the thing is that they've been together since 2012.
Right.
So
in
been together a long time.
a long time.
Yeah.
But how fun for Vanna.
Yeah. And I think there is something about putting the official stamp
Mm-hmm.
on it, right? Like we're married, we're a thing, and we will
Mhm.
be a thing.
Yeah.
So congratulations. She gave the wheel of love a spin, I guess.
Such a cute
Didn't
picture.
have to buy a vowel. Bought a
Let's
John
how
Donaldson.
how many more puns you can come up with?
Ugh, that's
I'm
it.
gonna set a timer. Let's start
Someone
counting.
says-
No,
That's all I do. I whisper puns
Okay.
under my breath over here while you're talking, and I'm sure nobody hears them, but I think they're funny. So dads everywhere are
that's
loving it.
the unfortunate thing is, I actually get made fun of by my kids and my husband often because I really enjoy a dad joke,
Yeah.
a good pun, a good like.
I don't know why people don't think they're funny.
I don't either.
They're
don't
funny.
get it.
They're
They are
clever.
funny.
They're quick. I don't know why everybody groans and roll. Why do you do it? Why do you groan and roll your eyes? It's not easy to do.
It's not. And the fact that your brain can work that way and that quickly
Yeah.
and can just come up with something.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
good dad
that's
joke.
years of improv training for me to be able to do that, and then
You
all
need
I
to
do
just
is
start putting them out there.
I take groans as applause, though, so it's
So,
okay. You
All
can,
right.
you can keep doing
It's a
it.
reaction, so
Yeah.
you'll take it.
It's a reaction. That's
I love
exactly
that.
right.
But
yes.
this picture of Vanna and her new husband,
Yeah, they
is
look so happy.
Cute. They look so happy, and it looks like all of the Wheel of Fortune family reached out to congratulate them. Did you ever and do you still watch Wheel of Fortune?
I wouldn't say I've ever really been like, man, this afternoon I'm going to watch
No,
Wheel of
watch me
Fortune.
some Wheel.
But I'll say when I was young and my grandparents had it on,
Mhm.
I didn't mind watching some Wheel of Fortune.
That was our dinner growing up. That was our dinner time show.
Yeah.
So we weren't a family. My mom always wanted us to be a family that ate at the dinner table, but my dad was not a person that ate at the dinner table. So we ate at TV trays in front of the TV, which I feel like a lot of
Were you an
families
ingredients
growing
family?
up. She probably was. No,
Okay.
she cooked, but we had
I've just
a lot
learned
of
this new thing, and I have to ask
we
everyone.
had a lot of like hamburger helper and things.
Okay.
But we would sit at TV trays and watch
Yeah.
TV, which in our generation I feel like that was fairly normal.
Yeah, I did that
and
too.
Wheel of Fortune was our dinner time
Show, sure.
When Wheel of Fortune came on, that was time to sit down and eat dinner. And so I still every now and then, like if nobody else is home and
Right.
I'm just sitting down to eat my dinner,
Yeah, you're like, where's Wheel of Fortune?
I will turn Wheel of Fortune on if it's Wheel
Little
of
Ryan
Fortune
Seacrest out there
time.
doing
Yeah.
his thing
I
these
feel like
days.
he's actually done a pretty good
I
job
think so, too.
following up against Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
That is some tough shoes to
That
fill.
is big shoes to
But
fill
he's
for
done
sure.
a good job.
So let's talk for a second about game shows.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wheel of Fortune is one that's survived the test of time. Do you have what are your top game shows? I don't
Okay.
know.
So we do actually, Dean and I both together watch Jeopardy. And we
Okay.
try to keep up, we record it so that we can either watch today's or watch the last couple of days and catch up
Right.
to it. So we try to stay on top of that.
Your-
Jeopardy.
Your nerd is showing a little bit.
I realize that. The Price is Right was my
Yeah.
kid sick show.
I
And
loved it with Bob Barker.
still, yes. When it comes on, I will try to watch it every now and then if I'm home when it comes on. It doesn't hit the same as it used to.
No, but Drew Carey is a positive
he is.
personality, which I do appreciate about Drew.
Yes, but that
But Bob,
Price of Right
something about Bob, man.
is just a good one. And they came. Let's Make a Deal came back out
With Wayne Brady? Was
with
that
Wayne
right?
Brady. It came out quite a few years ago. I say came back out like
Yeah.
it was very recent. That one, I got into watching that one again because it came on during nap time, and the second it was over, as soon as they were done with the big deal of the day, it
Yeah.
was time to get the littles up to go get the kids from school. So
Right.
it was kind of my just downtime.
Yep.
So that's a good one. I know they've brought a lot of the older games back.
They have, but they don't
and
always
they do
hit
them
the
in
same.
the evenings.
Yeah.
They don't hit the same. It's not the same.
No, I liked
Press Your Luck.
when
the no
that was where I
whammy.
was going to say. Where I was going. They brought that back, I think, but
It feels like it's just a bunch of people screaming.
yeah, when I was a kid, Pressure Luck was fun because it had cartoons on the screen. You remember the
Yes,
whammies did a little
yeah.
thing whenever you got a whammy, and so I always wanted that to happen. I also can remember watching that show at before I even started school. I was at my, I guess, child sitter, whatever, went to just a woman's house.
Uh-huh.
And Miss Haney, shout out Miss Haney. And anyway, I can remember there being Pressure Luck on
Pressure
every
Luck.
afternoon. Other ones for me that I think that I liked were X's and O's, Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Because you got to see Hollywood personalities play a game show.
Yes.
And that was kind of fun as a
Mhm.
kid. Family Feud has always been one that I loved. Is Steve Harvey. I do love the Steve Harvey version. He brought something different to that show. And I can't remember and probably never knew the host's name before him. He was a little guy.
I can see his face,
Yeah.
but I cannot remember his
Yeah.
name.
And then you know, that show has so much history, right? Family Feud.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So those were fun for me. And then what was the game called where it would be a celebrity and then just a non-celebrity, and they would be giving them clues to try to guess a word?
$10,000 pyramid.
Yes, I knew it was some kind of pyramid, but I didn't know how much money was involved.
That sounds right. $10,000.
Okay. And that was a lot of money back
That was
those
a
days.
lot of money back then.
Yeah.
And those are the types of shows where at home, without the pressure on you,
Yes.
you're sitting there going, how do you not know
Right.
what they're saying? Or
You know
you're
what?
coming up with the perfect clue for
Look,
them.
we're
or
doing this
whatever.
next week. Next show, we're gonna
Okay.
play. We're gonna play Blondie Pyramid or
Blondie
something
Pyramid.
where we have to give the other person some home baked good
Okay.
that I would have purchased from Little Debbie and that you
And
would have
I
made.
would have made.
Right.
I think he just wants to have a reason to eat snacks.
Yeah,
next
and then I'm
week.
gonna lose every round.
Okay.
I think that sounds fun. So yes, man, game shows, love them. Right.
Yes.
Absolutely fun.
Nothing
Um,
like a good game show.
That's right. What else we got? We got a couple of other things to talk about that I want to make sure we get to.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Well, not just Taylor, but everybody who was inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame. Did you see this? So it was not just Taylor Swift, but Alanis Morissette was inducted. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley from Kiss were inducted, and Kenny Loggins was inducted. Taylor Swift did become the youngest person ever to be inducted, but she does know how to write a good song.
She does. And that I think it was so surprising to me because I mean, I feel like even Alanis Morissette, and that's just my brain saying I'm not old.
Right.
Isn't
it ironic?
When you hear Songwriting Hall of Fame, you think like generationally older.
Right. Yes, of course
artists.
you do. Yeah.
And
like right
so-
now we should be talking about Carole King or somebody like
Right.
from Joni
Right.
Mitchell.
So I mean, I could see Kenny Loggins fits, Kiss fits, but Alanis Morissette was like, ooh, but then to see Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
it did kind of help my brain and my ego a little bit to go, okay, it is more just it doesn't just have to be old people.
And also, this is a good call out to the fact that these people we're talking about wrote their music, right? A lot of
Yes.
the inductees into the Songwriters Hall of Fame you maybe never heard of, but you heard of their songs.
Right. And it is, some people don't realize that a lot of the songs you hear on the radio from whoever you love, they didn't necessarily write it. There
Right.
are people out there who are writing songs that they don't ever sing.
That's right.
They're not the one making the music after the fact.
Yep.
But in this instance, they are all inducted for the songs that they wrote themselves
Yeah.
for themselves.
That's right. There are some others like this year. They're honoring Terry Bitton and
Mm-hmm.
Graham Lyle, who wrote Tina Turner's "What's Love Got to Do with It."
What's love
Exactly. It's an earworm.
got to do
So,
with it?
yes, congrats to all those songwriters. And I will say, although we know who the inductees are going to be
Mm-hmm.
now, the induction ceremony doesn't actually take place until later in June.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a ceremony at that time. But of course, you got to jump on the bandwagon right now because it's award season and everybody's talking about awards. So you got to give out your awards as well,
Yep.
right?
Got to get your names in there.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We got a few things to discuss when we come back that are just things that are happening around Northwest Arkansas. Actually, they may or may not be happening, but we're going to bring them up anyway, just
Yep.
so if you're in the area, you can get involved. So stick with us through this quick break, and we'll be right back with more right about now.
One, two, three, four.
Yes, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Right about now, listen, there are a few things we want to bring up that are happening just this weekend in Northwest Arkansas.
Northwest Arkansas.
We would love for you to stay safe if you
Mm-hmm.
can and you want to get out and do these things. And even if they still happen, then you are more than welcome to
and
do that.
some of them might not, based on
One of them that definitely isn't is frozen toes. We talked about that, I
Yes.
think, on last week's show, but that's not happening. They've already shifted that one. Is that right, Betsy?
Yes, they have pushed it to next weekend, so it will be the 31st, so that you'll still get your
Toes frozen.
run-in. You'll still get your toes frozen. I'm glad that they pushed it. You are supposed to get cold and freeze your toes.
Right.
But it was going to be a little treacherous,
Yeah.
even just trying to get people to Mount Kessler
Yeah.
with all of this.
That
weather
one
that's
happens
coming
at Mount Kessler in Fayetteville. If you're interested, look it up. Fayetteville Parks and Rec's website is going to have all kinds of
It's
information.
a great race if it's not your first race.
Yeah, it's a trail race.
It's a trail race,
That's
and you are
important to say.
running up the mountain and back down.
That's right.
So
Also, I will be out there at Jim
Mm-hmm.
Back's on Friday night. So we had a great victory last Sunday, this
Mm-hmm.
past Sunday, and now we're back in Bud Walton Arena on Friday evening taking on SEMO. It should be a great time, and I hope that we're going to be able to get that meet in just before the snow falls.
that
right?
one's starting
We'll
at
see.
7:15, so maybe you can get it in and get done, and they
Right.
can have that out of the way. And it's warm in there.
There is a Razorback men's basketball game scheduled for Saturday at
Saturday.
7:30, taking on the mighty LSU Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't imagine that they're going to change a schedule like something like that.
Right, I
due
think
to
they
a
would do their
snowstorm.
best to try to make
make
that
it
one happen.
Right, but be safe. If you're, I think that's the number one thing, and you can always download our station's weather app, the Weather
Mm-hmm.
Authority app, and keep up to date with the latest that's happening right here. And the thing I love about it is that it's happening right here in Northwest Arkansas. That's where
Northwest
they're
Arkansas.
hyper-focused, Northwest Arkansas on the River Valley. So
Our meteorologists do an amazing job popping on social media if you
Yes.
aren't around a TV.
That's right.
Really keeping you up to date on what is happening. They work hard.
Yes, they do. And then just a little tease ahead before we get out of here
Mm-hmm.
is that next weekend, the play that Betsy and I have been working on so hard is happening here
excited.
at Arts Live Theater in Fayetteville. The play is The Odyssey, but it's The Odyssey as you've never seen it before. 13 teenagers are trapped in an airport, and they decide to put on their version of The Odyssey for all the folks who are stranded at the airport along with them. So it's a great time. We've had a great time hanging out with these young folks, and I cannot
Yes.
wait to see the full
So
play.
much fun to see their enthusiasm
Yes.
around it, and to think that kids, rather than just putting their headphones on and burying themselves in their phone when they're delayed, they're actually going to
Yeah,
get to
they
do
they have to,
something.
they put their phones into what we call a phone bucket
Yep.
when they arrive at rehearsal, and they don't get them until they leave. So
and they're good with it.
and they're good with it. That's right. And we focus the whole time on the play. So come and pay them a visit. It opens on the 29th? 29th
that's
and
a
goes through
Thursday.
February 1st, which is the Sunday. So
And space is limited, so go get your
Yep.
tickets.
Space is limited. Get your tickets now. You can get them artslivetheater.com website. So it should be fun. Stay safe, as we've said out there, everybody. Stay warm, binge watch some shows, and come back and hang out with us next week on Right About Now. As we say every week, you can't be right about everything, but you can be
Right about now.
We'll see you next time, everybody.